Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're set for today's video, so it's Friday, and sometimes on Fridays, guys, sometimes, I do Fidens Fridays. And that's happening today. So this is from Albany to Woodburn. It's an IPA in collaboration with Crosby hops, and it's 6.5% ABV. It has Strata, Nelson, Strata CGX, estate-grown Comet, Chinook CGX. There you go, bunch of stuff. Let's get into it. Really like the artwork on it too. Proper glassware, so it's going to taste better, or at least so says Joe from Jow's Arcade. I think that's all the things I'm supposed to say. Let's get into how this looks. So yeah, it's burnt orange, a little bit of yellow in there, definitely hazy. Just over a finger ahead. You know, you start with white, add a little bit of like manila folder kind of color to it. Yeah, just start with white, add a little bit of yellow. Pretty compact bubbles. Definitely looks like a New England style IPA. Let's get into the aroma. A real earthiness, and it has decent amount of like fruit elements, but in a super interesting way. And it's been a while since I've said this. It reminds me more of walking through a grocery store, like the produce section, because it's like the outside of the fruits, it's the skins. It's not so much actual juice in the aroma. You know, I do get like some orange. I get maybe even a little bit of lemon, so citrus, a couple ways. And then it's not so much like apple and pears. It does go a little bit more tropical. You know, a little bit of like the outside of a pineapple even. But yeah, definitely this earthiness to it. But there's a sweetness, the perception of sweetness to this as well. The Nelson's coming through for me, and I've said this before in other videos, and a lot of people have said this about Fidens. They do Nelson very well, and Nelson can kick out this lemon thing, which I already got, but also white wine. I'm definitely getting that aspect as well. But it's not particularly grapey. It's just white wine specific. There's something else familiar. It's a food. It's a produce specifically, fruit, I think specifically. I can't quite place it. But yeah, smells good. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Good mouthfeel. Great level of bitterness. Definitely drinks appropriate for what I think an IPA should drink like. This aftertaste, little bit of a bready maltiness. But before that white wine thing for sure. Not that I've ever, I don't think anyway, I've been into a pineapple. So just like not particularly ripe pineapple, and you got a piece that got cut really close to the skin. It's kind of got that. Definitely some orange coming through, a little bit zesty, but yeah, like that. It's so interesting. The earthy thing I got in the aroma is kind of not enveloping all the other flavors, but definitely like interwoven with all the other like flavors I'm getting. And so to avoid redundancy, it's like I don't want to keep saying like earthy this, earthy that. But that's definitely happening in this beer. But like the aroma, there's some sweetness, or again, aroma is a perception of sweetness, but like there's definitely some sweetness in the taste, and you do get some elements of more like juice or you know, relatively ripe fruits, which was unlike the aroma. Yeah, like the aroma, there's this thing. And it's familiar, but I'm not quite pulling it, which is super frustrating to do on camera, where it's like, what's this thing, you know? That pineapple, underripe pineapple thing, it seems to be getting stronger and stronger on each sip. And I'm really trying to hit this point home. It is a little bit of dank, too. You know, it's not the juiciest. You know, to me, more like a double IPA can have that sweetness. Like, again, this drink's very much like an IPA. Let me do one more little pour and sip, and not that this is going to change anything, but the citrus, there's an uptick in that citrus, like the dominance of it. You know what it is? It's not full on. Here's another one I haven't said in a while. It's not full on Flintstones vitamins, but it's got a little bit of that and like minerality to it, just a little bit, which is cool. I mean, I like that flavor, and that's definitely in there too. Very faint though; it's not like a predominant flavor. The citrus, the bitterness, that white wine. For me, those are the big ones for sure. Everything else I'm talking about is, the earthiness, the interwoven. Everything else is pretty subtle by comparison. This is a really nice beer. It kind of lives up to how many hops are in it, or like and how many different aspects of hops, because there is a complexity to it. Sometimes with Strata, I get this dank pink lemonade. I do get some of that dankness. I don't get pink lemonade at all. The Nelson's doing the thing that I think Nelson does. Chinook's probably some of that orange. So I think some of the hops, for the most part, are kicking out what I typically think they do. Pineapple, I don't know where that's coming from. These aren't typically hops I associate with pineapple. Vic Secret and Galaxy for me. But anyway, have you had this one before? What do you think? That hop combo, all the stuff, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.